So this is going to answer a lot of questions for you. It's going to make perfect sense. We're talking about the shift. It's accelerating. It's great. We are going in the right direction. Well, maybe you don't think so. If not, then you might exist in a reality over here. It's possible. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to answer some questions about food, choices we're making with how we're living, institutions, including like banking and all that stuff. I'm also going to talk about predictions have forecasted that people will not be traveling as much. I'm going to actually talk directly about that because it's already happening now. All of it's already happening now. It's just going to accelerate, but it's not a bad thing. All right, so get ready. I think you're going to love this. It's going to make sense. You're going to see a different world coming into view, and you're going to help create that. We're going to talk about it right now. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an amazing life. Maybe I can get through this video without my neighbor out there singing and playing the guitar. Hey, I'm not going to complain. I could say, hey lady, I'm working here. Or I could say, hey, she's got a beautiful voice. Let her sing. I got equipment out here repairing for hurricane season. So you're going to hear a lot of beeps. So hang in there with me, because what I have to tell you, I've got to get this message out. So sometimes I ask myself, really wanted to be here during this time? And the answer is yes, because I'm a facilitator for great change, but so are you. So some of us create and show the way, and some of us are making critical decisions to take certain paths. There is no one way to do anything that's right or wrong. It doesn't exist because the one doesn't judge anything. I want to talk about what's already happening that is not in our future, that you may not even be alive to experience this, but what's happening absolutely right now. Now, I've talked to you about remote viewers had to pull back the dates that they were viewing, because if you go too far in the future, there are too many probabilities, because everything changes with this thought, right? So you can't predict too far out. You can only predict what this choice made that's going to happen here and here. All right? Because we can change our mind. We can change anything. We can change our planet. We can change everything. And we are doing that right now. One of the predictions was that we would travel less. And everybody's thinking like, why would we do that? I mean, that doesn't sound cool, right? It's actually already happening. I just saw an article by Condé Nast, and it says that air traffic controllers are in shortage. People don't want to do that job. It's a real stressful job, by the way. Therefore, the airlines are canceling flights over the summer. They're offering less travel. It's going to happen more and more. Now, here's the good part. You could say, oh, that's horrible. No, it's not horrible. Here's what's going to happen. People are retreating from jobs, actions, purchases that support the world that is not healthy for themselves and others. I predict you will see fast food places starting to shut down more and more, because more people are getting educated about what they're putting in their bodies and how all those animals and all of the sources and the plants and everything, I mean manufacturing plants, what goes on in there that we're putting into our bodies, and then we wonder why we have all kinds of health issues. How can children have cancer? Well, we're already putting this garbage in our bodies, and their little fetuses are loaded with toxins. They come into the world, and the message that they're bringing is this has to change. So it's not punishment, it's not victimization, it's not random. Some people have come here to be the demonstration of what has to change. And so you might say that's not fair, but they're not human beings. No one is. They are portraying something that is really an illusion. We're playing it out and it's real. You have real feelings. You feel certain things physically and otherwise. It has to feel that way in order to experience being a human. So some people have come here to be ill or to leave during our COVID. You know, a lot of people died. Well, I mean, it's not the first time we've had pandemics. I mean, this has been going on forever. Why do we keep having them? So a lot of people decided to leave at that time period. They came here to do that, to be the demonstration that things have to change. And also it changed, our entire world changed after that, right? If we hadn't had that, we would not be in the situations we are, looking at ourselves saying, you know what? We have to come together because it is important. People getting depressed, why is that? We are not a community. Communities are starting to come together. People are starting to work together and say, you know what? We don't have to agree on everything. But if we respect one another, we can come to some conclusions that is healthy for everyone. Things that are productive and creative. So people are coming to communities. If you guys are in my email list, I offer an opportunity for people to purchase properties with zero money and zero credit. So now people say, Landria, well, people have to have money. I'm saying, no, they don't. No, they don't. In fact, I'm showing you as many ways as possible. Now, we still live in a world where, yes, we use money. That's going to eventually go away too, because it just is such a mess, isn't it? I mean, what is money, really? I mean, it's false. You know, it's in these banks switching around. There's no actual money half the time. These are just numbers and computers, the plus and the negative. And what we're finding out is, what are our needs as a society? And so those numbers mean nothing, because goods and services are going to be what counts. The more that you offer others, the more valuable you become, and the more you create and connect to a high frequency that's going to return that to you. And so I am Digital Explorers, my internet business training company, is all about that. It's about what frequency are we placing out there to create income for ourselves, or whatever it is you want to do. It's solely focused on that. And you have to have money now to pay your bills. So yes, that's going to be a part of it. We still have to pay to run all these systems. But again, that will dissolve. And until it does, we use it in the best possible way to make higher choices. So all these things that they have predicted, communities, less travel, we're going to get healthier, we're going to start using our psychic abilities. That's happening now. People are able to do that. You know, sometimes they lock you up if you talk about that stuff. Not anymore. Scientists, I don't know if you know Dean Radin and Greg Braden, of course, they talk about the scientific facts that support that we absolutely are all connected, one energy field, and we're affecting everything. So these predictions aren't for the future. They are already happening. And what's happening is we're shifting into that new world that's correcting all of the, let's say, lower frequency choices we've made in the past. If you do not make higher frequency choices, there is a cause and effect directly to you. You know that little gum wrapper? It counts. All of it counts. Anything you throw out that you're using, it all counts. All of it. Now here's what's happening also. We're getting educated, right? You know those little tabs that go into your dishwasher? They have plastic, they say biodegradable. Now the institutions, the governments, are being forced to tell the public that that's not really biodegradable, that it actually is plastic going into the systems. And women here in America, pregnant women, have that plastic toxins in their breast milk. It's from things like that. So now the truth is starting to come out, and we're not tolerating. It's more popular now to be truthful and authentic. And more people are going to stop supporting people that go out there and lie and manipulate and do all the crazy stuff that we've accepted because power corrupts. No, people make those choices. Power is amazing, and you hold it because as a collective, no one can hold those positions without us. But if we don't make higher decisions, it's not going to happen. Now, what's higher decisions? We are not going to go in opposition, any kind of conflict. We're creators. We're going into creating. Digital Explorers, I have my first lessons called the Creation Station. When you're creating, you go into expansive space, the abundance and that positivity all flows to you. You will never say, what's my purpose again? It's happening. Something's in this room. Okay. See, when you go to high frequency and you love what you're doing, you will generate all kinds of amazing things and support around you. And we're being cheered on right now. There are unseen realms right in your room cheering you on, because the more you go into that space of higher decisions, quit arguing with people. People are allowed to think what they think, and they're allowed to do what they want to do. We don't have to support negativity. That's your decision. And when you do that, you will find that all these things are being predicted are going to make sense. You're going to realize, oh, this isn't bad stuff. This is actually really good. This is all really good. So you have to start making the choices now. What's going on in your life that you are not in sync with? I quit investment banking 10 years ago. Oh boy, best thing I ever did. And I have a mission here. And now I know what it is. Right? I've been doing it for 10 years, and you can do it too. There's nothing you can't do. You are an authority, and anything you've experienced that you have triumphed over, you can teach to others. You could be a coach. You could do something in art. There's so many things to bring joy into this world, and that's what's happening. Right now, I'm seeing it. We're creating it. We've got organizations using money and power with people who want to do good things. And it's happening for you right now, but you have to make that choice. This is a critical time period for you. So don't worry, you'll get to travel. You're going to have communities. You're going to feel abundance and joy. You're going to have support and love. So many people feel so isolated out there. Quit battling it. Make higher decisions. You know, we're always blaming and pointing fingers. They're doing this. Start looking here and say, why is that happening? What can I learn and what can I do now that's very positive? No more conflict. No conflict, blaming, pointing fingers, or separation. Those people that you're pointing fingers at, they're perfect light beings just like you, all experiencing things, are best teachers. And with your higher choices, they will change and make decisions. I call it the Jedi mind trick. I actually teach this in one of my advanced manifesting courses. We affect other people without infringing on free will. Your higher frequency changes the atmosphere in the room, and others pick up on it. Why? Because we are one energy field. One, we're all connected, expressing itself in unlimited ways. You have that power right now. So get excited. This is all really good stuff. Banking systems, all these things, they don't work. They have not been honest. They haven't been on a high frequency. So they will collapse. I told you in my last few videos, if it's built on sand, it'll eventually collapse. And that's what's happening right now. We can rebuild, but instead of rebuilding on sand like we have, we're going to build pyramids that are indestructible, powerful ones. You ready to go there? I hope that you'll subscribe and share my messages. Tell people this is not a horrible time. This is a beautiful time. And there will be some challenging times for you personally and for the planet, but if we continue to make the higher choices, we're going in the right direction. All of that is going to change faster than you think and in your lifetime. Yeah, even if you're my age. What is that, 30? Hey, listen, age is irrelevant. You are indestructible and limitless. You're infinite. My free videos over here, Manifest Anything, I take you through free workshops, free downloads. You got a free mobile app. I'm going to help you every step of the way. And if you want to be one of my students, I just opened up a new coaching session. You take the course and then you go live with me every week. And we have had results that have been amazing. Very exciting stuff because you're ready. You're ready to do it, right? You're ready for that change. It can happen for you. It can happen for anybody. You just have to make that decision and be a different person. Like one of my students says, the new me. I'm not that person anymore. Yeah? Who do you want to be? Anything you want. I'll see you in the next video, my friend. Sending you light and love. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. Namaste.